Okay, hello everyone and welcome to another randomized gaming stream. I am your host for this randomized gaming stream, Random Gamer Riven, the editor of Randomized Gaming. Yes, this is the final stream of the week. As always, it's the Thursday, and I will be taking a peek at Starhawk on the PlayStation 3. So Starhawk was released in 2012 and was released for the PlayStation 3. It was developed by the now defunct LightBox Studio, and it was published by Sony Computer Interactive Entertainment, or I should say Lightbox Interactive, who are since long gone bust. I think they went bust not long after the game was released, as Starhawk did not sell well, which is kind of, I suppose, to be expected. It kind of came off the back of Warhawk, which was a remake of the original Warhawk game, but not a patch on the original, unfortunately. But this is actually quite a good game. It has quite a nice single player and there's multiplayer. Now, I'm actually offline at the minute. There's not a huge amount of the multiplayer that actually works. Unfortunately, Lightbox Interactive made the classic mistake, and I will say this is an idiot mistake, of not including AI bots and allowing co-op, single player split screen co-op. Basically, your multiplayer game, and I will say this now for the record, is not worth diddly squat if it does not include bots and it does not include split screen play. If it's online only, it's not worth diddly squat. It needs to have AI bots and split screen, so that way even if the server's closed down, people can still play it, and you and a mate battling some bots can be great fun, especially if it supports, I mean, this could have supported 4 players singly on one console and then throwing a few AI bots. I mean, split screen is a really good mode to have that many games developers are too lazy to implement these days, and I will say that they are too lazy. They just don't want to implement it. It's just poor design, and there needs to be an element of saying, actually, you know, you should be implementing this. As playing with a friend is one of the key aspects of video gaming, and it's basically, we had a period where there was up to 4 players was pretty much standard for every game, and now we've gone to a period, oh, it's online, so we won't bother doing split screen. So I'll just show you, there is a bit of the offline I can show you. So there's a campaign. Yeah, it's the weird. So one of the key mistakes of this is the way the menu works. So that will throw me straight into the campaign continue game. This, however, throws me into the option menu. Now, really, multiplayer should have been separate to the options. And the next one, so most of these lines, so customize, I think I can customize. I did buy a couple of the skins as well, 1 or 2. Just to see what they were like. Even though the online is long since past its best, but I just wanted to see what they were like. Oh, it would take forever to load up. Yep, this game would not have passed the 30-second loading screen TRC. I think Sony did axe that in the end, despite the fact it really showed you the quality of a. So here we go. So what have I got? Rift Soldiers. I did buy 1 or 2. Rift Hunter. I think I bought the Hunter, and that was about it. See what one was like. So that's the customization. So we have the game list, which isn't going to work. You can actually do co-op. Now this mode does support split screen for the prospector mode, but not, because it doesn't have AI bots, not for any of the sort of single deathmatch modes. So basically, so do you want to leave your current to connect to the online service? No, we have to press no, and this will bring up the co-op option. So there's the More of Despair, which is one of the DLC ones. Although you can't get one of those, as I'm going to be showing shortly. One of the DLCs you can see in the shop, you cannot buy it. So I'll show off this mode. This mode is actually quite good. Yeah, I'll do difficulty normal. So this is basically one of the bonus modes, and you see that I'm totally offline at the minute, so you can do this mode offline, although you do have to go through that silly option that says, do you want to connect to the online servers? No. Because initially I had trouble trying to access this mode, and I thought, oh, you've got to say no to that, and then it brings up this menu. And then, oh, it's quiet on these load screens, that I will say. I lost the background music. I wonder if that's a bug, actually. It's surely the title screen music should have been... It's when I did the customization that just killed the music and didn't restart it. Okay, so here's the drop pod system. Let's build. Okay, so the main aim is to basically build that and defend it. So this is prospector mode. We have to defend off against waves of enemies. Basically, this is horde mode, just not called horde mode. So can I build anything else? Basically, I've got to stop these guys from taking out. The Rifter. This is actually quite a tricky mode because you don't really get much in the way. It really is designed for 2 players at the very least. Hi Nico, thanks for joining the stream as always, very much appreciated. Yeah, this is Starhawk. Yeah, it's a bit of, it's basically a follow-up to Warhawk. Vulcan Station, what's that? Oh, I can use a Vulcan jetpack in this one. It is a bit of an odd one because it's basically an Warhawk. Yes, Warhawk was on the PS1. And then they did a PS3 multiplayer follow-up. So we actually got a video of the original Warhawk on the channel. The PS1 game was a mech sort of flight sim combat game only, so it was actually very good. The later sequels sadly decided to go down that let's do... So the Warhawk on PS3 was basically an attempt to do an online multiplayer. The problem is Warhawk on PS3 only had online multiplayer. There was no single player campaign, so the game sort of fell a bit flat on its face. It had its fans, but they just weren't enough to sustain it. I need some ammo. Should have built a bunker. Where's some ammo? There's no rig under fire. I've got no ammo. Now, I really enjoyed the original PS1 game. That's quite a good... yeah, the early sort of online-only stuff, which was... Those type of games were always pretty much destined to fail. Especially if you don't include bots. So any online-only game that doesn't, as I was saying earlier, that doesn't have bots and split screen, so basically offline co-op and AI bots so you can play offline matches, is just rubbish. Because basically you need the ability to backfill so players can get matches even if there aren't enough players playing. The minute a game can't backfill, then it's just useless. It's actually quite good, a sort of jump pack. I need some ammo. Oh, we've got some sidewinders. The music in this is very, very good. Yeah, Phantasy Star Online got it pretty much spot on. Phantasy Star had it right. You had the... Whoa, I've got missile guys everywhere. Yeah, this is why I need... This mode is really difficult in single player. There just isn't... Phantasy Star Online, you can still play Phantasy Star Online 4-player on the GameCube, so it's a fantastic game. And it's basically a multiplayer game. There are one or two things you can't get because you can't do the online mode in Phantasy Star Online these days, but largely it works beautifully. Unfortunately, Starhawk does have a single player, and I will be looking at the single player campaign. The campaign's not bad, actually, I will say. Come on. I did a bit of the... This is the only multiplayer mode you can actually do offline, the Prospector one. Nothing else works. Which is a bit of a shame. This one you can actually do in split screen mode as well. Okay, where's that guy shooting it from? And the fact you can call in buildings is actually quite cool. So I'll call in the supply bunker. Yep, you can go where you used to be. Yes, so many PSP games have peer-to-peer, and but a lot of PS3 games don't have peer-to-peer. They have server hosting, and server hosting games require a server because they need the server code. So this can get blown up. Oh, well, at least I can drop on them, redeploy, redeploy. The redeployment's quite funny. The thing's going to blow, but defeat. Yeah, a lot of PS3 games don't have... So a lot of the Xbox games do have peer-to-peer networking, which means they don't need to call the server to connect online. They basically connect to each other. One of you acts as the host, basically. The downside of peer-to-peer is that basically if the host disconnects, it messes up everyone else's game. But if the host is a console, then the online can't be closed down because it's internally hosted. Server-based hosting is when the consoles connect to an independent server and then play via that. And the minute you take out that server, nothing to connect can connect to one another. That's a sort of rough rundown. It's not exactly very in-depth, but that's basically how it works. But basically, peer-to-peer stuff will be like how the PSP does Wi-Fi. They just talk to one another. But because you have a server for a lot of these games, the minute you kill the server, they can't connect online. Which is going to be a big problem with a lot of these games decades down the line, just getting them actually online. Bright spectre mode, exit. Let's change, I'm just going to change it to home screen. Let's do a different... The refueling platform. Let's try this one. So I can turn it public or private game. Well, public game won't matter as I won't be able to connect online. So the online servers have been totally shut down. So buying this is actually a bit of a pain now because you get I actually got a retail copy about a month back. It only cost me about 10 quid or something, and hi Mizuki no Seku TV, thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, it would be nice if they patched out a lot of this stuff, but I can tell you now, Starhawk ain't getting a patch because the developers went bust a long time ago as the game didn't sell particularly very well. Now, there are plenty of space combat sections, but I don't think there's much... I think one of the big mistakes is much like the Warframe on PS3. They did not... Oh, so I've got the launch. They did not... allow you to do peer-to-peer, so there's just nothing you can do to play. And once they shut down the servers, that means they were just gone. There's no online play anymore. So I need 6 purchase Hawks. Yep, I want the launch pad. Now I have actually purchased some of the DLC. The beam turret and the launch pad. They are a bit cheap. There were a few DLC equipments that you really do need to pick up. One of the maps, as I mentioned, you cannot buy. Okay, this is going to be... This, I need to get a... this could be a tough fight because I'm already fighting hawks. Right, where was that hawk? So redeployment's quite funny because you can actually deploy on top of... the enemies you see, so let's go. So I quite like some of the modes in this. There's some nice ideas. It's just a shame this was not more vehicle combat based, because I really enjoyed the vehicle combat of the original Warhawks. Third person colour shooting was done far better in Gears of War. Yeah, the developers went under some time ago, so I doubt we'll be... I'm going to have to deal with that, aren't I? Oh, that's shooting at my health badly. Fortunately, in Rift mode you have infinite lives. It's just... the difficulty just affects how much damage you take, although... Now I've got to... Can I get close to where the vehicle is? Yes. There you go. Heads up, buddy. Oh, yes. I landed the pod on it. Brilliant. Okay. Hopefully, for the next wave, I'll be able to actually build a Starhawk. Build it in the centre, don't you? So I like the way you actually deploy in this, with the fact you can use the dropper to take down the enemies. So outcast. Right, here goes. So I should be able to climb up. I think you can actually deploy like guns, so use... So I can also actually deploy gun turrets on the Hawks, so play... Okay, let's... Okay, now this is the business. Okay, they absolutely destroyed my Hawk in minutes. It's like respawning in an arcade beat 'em up. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, they've already blown up my platform. Brilliant. And those things are absolutely shredding up the rig's health. This mode is not designed for single player, that I can tell you. That last, yeah, they are. The difficulty on this mode is quite. The stages do change, but the difficulty is very merciless because it's meant to be. Yeah, player options. It's meant to be a co-op mode, so, and I think you're supposed to have 4 players. So I'll do the DLC one. One of the DLCs you can't actually buy on the PS3 store. Sony have got it bugged, but I'm going to be covering that tomorrow in a video. I'm going to be looking at the PS3 store shutdown and some of the various... Oh, it's reloading this one. No, I didn't want to redo this one. Yeah, the difficulty in this mode is... Clearly this mode is designed for multiplayer, so split screen at the very minimum. You basically have to build turrets, but yeah, the balancing is not great with some of the buildings. So let's do another mode. I'll show off a bit more. I'll do this one on Prospector, and then I'll actually get stuck into the main campaign then. So that's 30 minutes. Appreciate the like, guys, very much. Thank you for your support on the channel. It's definitely an interesting one, this one. It's not a bad game, but yeah, it did not sell well in the slightest. And for 2012, it's a pretty good looking PS3 game, but it's... I can see why it's not... It feels like it's a slightly earlier gen than it should be. This was by far the best map to defend. I need... Yeah, you do not last long in this. Just use my landing to try and take down a few of them. Oh! Yeah, this does actually run very smoothly, considering it's a late gen game. So basically at the start, you're going to take a load of damage as you try and shore up. What I should do is try and get a beam pod out. They're cheering as I go down. What I want to do is get the beam turrets up and... Come on, come on. Okay, that's more like it. We now have a defensive beam turret. And let's build a watchtower. This is basically a sniper tower, so this will let me... So basically what you do is you get the main building mechanics are actually quite interesting, where you defeat the enemies, you get the energy, and then you can build various defences. So this is a little bit of a tower defence in this mode, the Prospector mode, crossed with the Horde mode. So now here's the part where I get some some of the buildings can actually have defense turrets, so this map, I should say, is one of there's two DLC maps. One you cannot buy in the PS3 store at present, so I'm going to follow up with Sony about that. I'll unload this. I have to build another sniper tower in a minute, because I need to take out those guys' shit. I basically need to concentrate on these guys. There's lots of them in these waves as well. But each of the different... Okay, so this one's definitely a... I'll build one of those there. Will that... And I should build a sniper tower. Probably about here. The arm lets you build vehicles. I'm just going to see which vehicles it lets me build. There isn't an option to repair them either, so I think that's most of the so I think that's most of the just the snipers left this wave. I can put walls up, but the walls are going to be pretty useless for... Okay, so we've got two guys in the hills at present. There's one of them. Let's place one up there. That should shoot any of the guys in there. Yeah, I mean, you can wall the stuff off, but I don't think the wall's that good. Okay, bye Mizu. Thanks for joining the stream. So I managed to stop this one from getting destroyed just in the nick of time, but round complete. The beam turret is quite good to use, but yeah, these things... Your DPS just isn't high enough. Even on normal, I think easy was the only one in single player you'd be able to get any progress. Yeah, they're just going to shred my health down. Rig destroyed! Okay, let's jump into the campaign. I'll let the mission start. Let the intro play out. Rift Salvager, Emmett Graves and Sydney Cutter arrive on Dust to complete another White Sand Rift quota. The first order of business is to clear out an outcast raider at a nearby Rift mining site. And it's gone and seems to auto restart the match. You basically have to pull out of it. Shouldn't really be auto restarting. Certainly not offline.
It all started with a spark. A flash of blue gold. Rift energy. When the rush kicked off, rifters spread across the spur like wildfire. Planets that once were wastelands now had men, all fighting to stake their claim, looking to strike it rich. But those rifts could just as easily make them monsters. And that's where we make our money. Cutter and I save claims, clean up the jobs others can't. We're rift salvagers. Damn good ones. We've hit every quota, never backed down from a job. This time, maybe we should have. You got a Union sheriff, don't you, Jonas?
We do, but this is beyond his reach.
Union boys can't solve an outcast problem.
Problem? It's a hell of a lot more than that. It's the outlaw. Scabs have always been just pests, but he's leading them now. Banded them together, and they've put a stranglehold on us. Taking our livelihood. That's why I'm asking. Come on back to White Sands, Emmett. I'll make it worth your while.
The moment I stepped foot on that dirt, I remembered why I left. Logan, you got it?
It's the one, Emmett.
Some things never fade away. They make you who you are.
Emmett, glad to see you.
Jonas.
You just got here, I know, but there's no rest for the weary. Sheriff Howell is about to ride out, check on a work site. Outcast scabs have been poking around, and we can't lose another. Not before the Union tug makes it here. We deliver our quota, and that's it. You get your deal, Emmett.
Scabs. They're raiding.
Cutter, what are we looking at?
Scanning the work site. Specs are lit up. Those filthy scabs are hitting hard and fast.
Got it. We're riding in.
Stay close. Things ain't like they used to be out here.
You just have to keep up. I'll do the rest.
Sheriff, I'm patching you into our frequency. Hold tight.
Sounds like you got a ship made. Must be nice.
Captain of the Annabelle will do just fine. Union rent-a-cop.
Okay, so here we go with the main campaign. This is where the game gets quite interesting. I do wish there were more space missions than there are, although the second mission's a space one, so I'm just going to grab. Interestingly, I saw a promotion, an earlier build, and those comm calls were originally going to be animated, where you'd see the characters' faces, and they looked really nice. So you saw a cutter up on the ship, sort of chatting to you, and they looked really good. But for some reason, they didn't do them like that in the final version. I suspect due to time.
Years ago.
That's a shame.
Looks like your homecoming is a bit too late.
Any word on the tug?
Not yet. But I got a lock on a loading area. The pipeline on Scourge.
It ain't pretty. It's got the only working orbital lifter in the outer spur.
The Union is scheduled to pick up. The only one this year. Judges are saying they've only mined about half their quota so far.
Well, then we only have a few days to get the rest. That's what we do.
Just do the job, make it quick.
There's sidewinders, which are quite nice little buggy things. I do like the actual visual style. The world definitely feels very lived in. Interesting, I noticed with the PS3, they haven't actually centered. The screen alignment with the PS3 is actually slightly off, so there's always a slight visual. Slight bar to the side. So this is very much in the Gears of War mold. I think some people agree it's not as good as Gears of War. I think they should have stuck to the ship combat more and expanded on that, which is what the original Warhawk was all about. Technically this is a spiritual successor, not a direct sequel, and this is more a sequel to the PS3 reboot. I say reboot, it's more like a different game. It was a game undeserved of the Warhawk name, I think. It kind of missed the point of what Warhawk was about, and the minute you do that in a franchise, I can appreciate having sections outside of the vehicle, but you need to still make the vehicle the main thing.
What did they hit?
The rig. Lit it up. It's getting hairy down there.
But the storyline's actually pretty good. We're just to fight our way around. Fortunately, the second stage does have quite a bit of space combat, and I will get to the second stage tonight. This is not a particularly long level, this first stage. Yeah, I'll tell you why, Nyko, they have slight bars on the right and there's something on the top. Sony have not got the 1080p alignment right on the PS3. It's off. That's what I realised. This one allows you to adjust the screen alignment more and even set to full. In fact, I'll just quickly show you while I'm here. So you'll notice it, and this is a really interesting thing. I'm actually pretty sure Sony messed up the screen alignment on the PS3. So if I do that, it's full screen, but you still got some slight. The reason being, if you do this and shrink it, you have a bigger gap on the right and the top than you do on the bottom and the left. They've got the the default centering position must be wrong on the PS3. Someone didn't do their homework very well. That's actually the biggest I can do it, but you still have a slight bar at the top and a slight bar on the right, because they have actually, but it cuts off on the left and the bottom slightly. So yeah, they've basically messed. They've messed it up a bit with the PS3. Yeah, you would be able to fix it with an OSC, but if you're using the OSC, you're using composite, aren't you? So, or component, although I know component's almost as good as yeah, it means they've got the centering wrong. That literally means Sony got the centering wrong on the PS3. They have not centered the PS3 screen correctly. And for whatever reason, they didn't fix it. basically the actual position, the starting position is not correct. So someone literally didn't do their maths when they put in the default alignment position. So obviously, so the center would be your somewhere in the pixel range, you know, in the grid. Basically, they haven't got it quite centered. They've got it slightly to the left and back and down rather than dead center. It's something I've not seen anyone mention, but yeah, it's something I've realised. Sony did not screwed up with the screwed up with the centering on the PS3. Basically, the screen alignment's off, and you can't align the screen. The music in this is really, really good, that I will say. It's really, really good. I mean, the gameplay's solid. Yeah, actually, it's an enjoyable game. It plays well. I mean, like you say, it's very smooth. Visually, it's very appealing. But there are just one or two elements of it that feel that it's not quite as polished as it perhaps needs to be. And things like bots and co-op in the multiplayer, just have fun bot matches, are just missing. Features like that are what will mean that your game doesn't... Yeah, you're spot on there, Nyko. It basically means because they've misaligned it, yes, slight sections of the screen are rendered off screen. And on HDMI, there's no way to fix it. In fact, there's no way to fix it because the PS3... If the PS3 had a screen alignment option, so you could slightly move the screen left and right, up and down, you could slightly correct it. But obviously, so someone at Sony did not do their homework on the screen positioning. And that fault remained across the entire console. Like, they have still been patching the PS3. So there's still time for the Sony to update and fix it.
Last of them. Specs are clear. The site is scab-free. They sure left their mark, didn't they?
Damn scams. How's it look?
It looks like rubble, Tracy. Can't save any of it.
This puts us days behind. We just built this thing.
Watch out! Get back! Whoa! Man, that was close.
Oh, holy crap, what was that about? Cutter, let's get a rig on that rift before somebody else gets killed.
Rig is ready. Call it down. It'll bust right through that old structure.
What kind of contraption is this?
That thing ain't human.
That's a clean cut. Rig is pumping away, working like a charm. Look alive, mate. You got scabs heading your way on sidewinders. Don't let them take down that rig.
Ready up the arsenal.
All right, but you're low on energy. I've got rift barrels heading to you. Charge up.
You sure you can handle this job?
I'll be just fine, Sheriff.
That'll do it. I got a supply bunker standing by, ready to call down.
A bunker? That's it?
I'm prepping as fast as Annabelle lets me, mate. She's only one ship.
All right, I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, the music's fantastic. The story's not bad, and the voice acting's pretty solid as well. This is all very round. Characters are quite well done. I will admit they're quite interesting. Emmett Gray's actually quite a likeable character, so.
How about Tilly? You see her?
Not yet. How we looking?
And it has that feel of an old frontier in the Wild West.
Coming in. Your rocket launcher is good to go. Light 'em up.
Scrappers. I hate scrappers. Cutter, let's keep them out. Ready up the walls.
I got plenty in the hopper. Link the walls up. I'll keep 'em coming. You seeing this hardware? These boys are working with antiques.
And it's all union made.
Man alive. What kind of horrible hell is this place?
Really, the items you build do not last long, annoyingly.
That's how you go out. Bang.
Heads up. They're pissed off and coming in fast. You got a pod storm heading in over at the walls.
I hear you, Cutter. I'm gonna need some firepower. Ready up the auto turrets.
Turrets are standing by. Socket them or spread them out. They're ready to call down.
Send down a wall, Cutter.
Now, I can actually build auto turrets on the walls like that one, although I messed up with the first one. Or a single nice gun. Yeah, the close combat weapon is ridiculously overpowered.
Scouts have landed, and it's not their day. Those turrets are chewing them up.
The turrets really don't last long in this, I will say.
That looks like the last of them, Cutter.
There's not a scab in sight. That's how you earn a paycheck.
I've had it. The Rifters rebuild this worksite, and it never fails. The next day, those scabs tear it all down.
That often? It's more than a scab problem. We got new neighbors. Cutter, scan the ridgeline. Tell me what you see.
Got something, Emmett. An abandoned fuel depot just above you. It's crawling with outcasts.
No way. This is my territory. If there's a horde of them up there, I would know about it.
Cutter says they're up there. That's where they are.
You're not on my dime. Do what you want. I'm staying right here.
Okay. Ready up a jet bike corral. I'm heading up.
Yeah, I completely agree about that. I'm not a big fan of the whole heal up system anyway, because in combat you need like medipacks. I much prefer the traditional system. It just seems like a fairly dumbed down system, like it's the pat on the back in Gears of War. Oh yeah, give him a pat and he gets up. Right, this bit's annoying. It tells you to get the jet bike out and then...
Yeah, these scabs are all over the place. Reminds me of...
Oh, back on Rich? Wait, you mean the Narrows on Purge? That was a rough gig.
Nah, those were cakewalks. I was thinking of 7.
Well, let's hope it's not that bad, huh?
Yeah, every time I try and do this section without killing the guy who's firing the rockets, you get blown up. Okay, maybe on normal you can survive just. On the other ones, on the other difficulties, you have to actually take them out.
Scabs. They'd rather burn it all than give it back.
You don't have to tell the sheriff. This is his territory, mate.
Yes, I can build a bunker, and I can also man it with a
Hurry! Send it now!
and that gives me a forward position from which to take back this. But yeah, I was never a fan of the whole heal up either, and yeah, making it go grey, and that just makes it, like you say, A, makes it harder, and B, it's kind of pointless. So the enemies take down your turrets really quickly, a bit too quickly. After none of your buildings just seem to have any sustainability. Yeah, I mean, Gears of War is just such an easy game as a result. This as well is not exactly tough. Whereas when you're limited health packs, it means you've got to play well. Admittedly, I suppose the argument for you having it is so it's more accessible to all players, as not everyone's that good at cover-based shooters.
Depot's clear, but things are about to get uglier. Outcast Hawks are screaming in. The supply bunker's stocked and ready to call down.
Just let him have it. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I've seen a few games that have the middle ground, like you say, you can heal up if you wait long enough, or you can. Okay, so let's give these hawks a welcoming party. They won't forget. So one of the reasons you want to build a bunker is because it allows you to get a rocket launcher, so... So this is going to be the end of the mission, and then we actually get into some...
Let's lock and drop these scab hawks and get this sheriff out of our hair. Send them back to dust and ashes. Say goodnight, Riff Sucker. That's how you ground a scab. Nasty little buggers. That was all of them. Specs are clear.
Settle down. Got your new home, scab.
Emmett, what's going on? You alright, mate?
The rift. It lashed out. Tried to pull me in.
On Sever?
It's the one, Emmett.
Look at it. Is this from our claim?
That's your first paycheck, little brother.
I'll be right with you. Better watch after my husband, Emmett.
This job will set us up, Till. Get us what we need.
I already have it. Last time I saw you, I think... 10 years? And just like that, you're back, huh?
Yeah. Just like that.
Well, you're here now.
I'm here to finish the quota.
Emmett, the tug is inbound.
Is that Cutter? How is he?
Still has bad timing. Just gotta take care of this.
Not confirmed, but I'm hearing talk of outcast hawks on the freightway. I bet they'll pop their nasty heads up the moment the Union tug jumps in.
What do you say? Little recon?
Yeah. Quicker that tug loads up, the quicker we can check this job off the books.
Yeah, I will admit the cutscenes are very well done in this. And yeah, I do agree with you about the whole medipack system. When you... it's annoying in games that only have medipacks, and then you end up in a position where you have no health. You've used up all the health in the stage, then you go into a room with like hordes of enemies, and basically then have to clear it with one health, which is just aggravating and means you're going to be restarting a lot of times. I have done that on certain games where you literally say like, oh, I've got 1 HP and I've got to clear this room. An hour later, finally done it, on to the next room. before he gets another health pack.
Alright, I'm in. Let's see how she's running.
Yeah, the whole sort of weird flame effect he's got, yeah, it's kind of odd if I just tether to the rift. Now, here's the section I wanted to get to. Never get tired of that. Here we get some flight action.
That'll take you in. Where you off to? We got calibrations to check. Steering calibration is a check. Nice work. Okay, let's sink some spurs into it. Fire up your burners.
Oh yeah, they work.
Looking good. Remember to watch your fuel. It can burn off fast.
Yeah, the music score's really, really good.
See that platform? Head for it. Let's check our landing gears.
Just gonna quickly fly around a bit. Seeing if you don't have any enemies on scope. Just ignore the objective a second. Because the flight controls are actually very good. And I wish there were more flight sections like this actually.
Quit goofing off down there. You're off path.
But yeah, the music score is very, very good for this. And it has that great frontier feel, it does feel. I was quite pleasantly surprised by this. I not sure what to expect. As I did like the original Warhawks. I was not a fan of the PS3 version of Warhawks. Although I should try and grab a copy at some point, even though I know it's pretty much dead unless you use fan servers.
We ain't hiring anymore, buddy.
It's alright. Just flying through.
Ah, leaving the outer spur before it gets worse, huh? Good luck to you.
Alright, let's get this hawk back in the air. Head for the next platform.
Some great views as well. You can see there you've got the planet's surface. We've got the sort of ringway as well. And the other planets in the distance. Some sort of couple of suns by it, or stars. It's a really great visual because you've got so much. It's not just like a void of black. You've got a whole range of colours here, which is a really nice way to do space.
It was a scab hawk. I know what I saw.
If I see another one, I ain't telling you. It's fine by me.
Hey, who's that guy?
I don't know. According to you, he might be a scab. No, he's not. Is he?
Union Freighter 1219. We just got a blip on our radar. Anyone else? Yeah, this is 3407. We did too. It's not one of us. Freightway control to all Union vessels. Be on the alert. We have reports of a rogue ship in the area.
That's it. Our cue. Come on. Let's check the area. See if that rift is telling the truth.
green sort of objective over there. I can't see what it is though. Don't just fly, see if I can. Or is that just the north marker? It might be the north marker. But yeah, this stuff like this is really good. It just looks really well represented. And I wonder if the game would have done better if it had been solely this type of combat and sections.
Got him. Guns are running just fine.
Get a nice little dramatic slowdown whenever. When you blow them up, that's obviously clearly intentional. Just sort of cinematic.
For you, yeah. For me, it makes for a long day.
Judging by the specs, looks like the outcast Hawk came from that asteroid cluster.
Okay, Nico, thanks for joining the stream though. Great to see you on. Hope you enjoy the rest of it. I'll probably play through this in the next stage, which is space combat, so if you want to jump in, by all means, watch it later on. I'll highly recommend this. I'll play through quite a bit. This stage is quite short, the next one's quite a lot longer space mission. And deploy flares.
Flares are recharging. Time to see what your Hawk is made of. Turn and burn, Emmy. Missile coming in hot.
Got evasive action.
Smooth and fast wins every time. Nice work.
And do power slides as well, which is quite a nice thing. Or basically 3 hard 360 turns. But yeah, if you want a game that's sort of mixture of sci-fi and sort of cover-based shooting, this, I mean, I personally prefer the space sections more, but cover-based stuff's pretty decent. And of course you have prospector mode that I showed off earlier as well. But that's all that's offline that's still working. So basically the main campaign mode and the prospector mode. Prospector mode is split screen, and I think you're going to need a buddy if you intend to try and complete it.
Like there's movement near the mining platform up ahead. I've marked it for you.
All right, I'm on my way. I'm done being a target. Wait, Cutter, I got a glitch. System saying I don't have any swarm lasers.
Oh, I thought I missed something. All right, give me a sec, Emmett. I found you some Union supply caches. They're real close. That's gonna be your best bet.
Yeah, this is where it gets really nice when you've got like the space station and you're flying around it.
Taking them out.
There you go, the swap.
You and these swarm missiles will get on fine.
Do some nice flying as well around the space stations, which is really...
Cavalry. Cluster of outcast hawks heading right at you. Distress call. I'll patch it into you.
Where's the signal coming from?
The beacon station above dust. It's got itself a scab problem.
All right, let's move.
That's the Union. They put those boys out there with nothing but a bad radio and a pat in the back. It's a death wish.
Still safer than working for us.
Come on. I've never dropped hardware on a man who didn't deserve it. Maybe once.
My mind is eased.
Here we go. Scans are in. Oh, hell. I've heard of them hitting freighters, but a whole station?
Jonas was right. Not your run-of-the-mill scabs.
That tug's gonna need to dock first thing. Scabs take control of that station.
They'll have a clean shot at that tug.
And we can forget about our paycheck. We're in range. Just crossed into their sector.
All right, let's ready up the arsenal.
Okay, so here we go with mission 3.
Time to run our keep. Let's mount up. head for that beacon station. Tug will be in the area before we know it. We just need to do a little outcast control. Let's clear them out.
This mission will have me
Not yet. That's good.
engaging. We'll be doing a space section part and we'll be doing a ground section part. I will go off mic now unless anyone comes in and chats and just let the game, because I think I said enough about the game. Visually it's very good. You see there, it does play very smoothly, I will admit. It's got a few quirks, but I think it's probably quite an underrated game. It's like me like flight sims, and although this is not entirely a flight sim game, these sections are really good. I just wish there was more of them, but it's definitely nice to see something. I just wish there'd been more of this single player content and then included bots and stuff in the AI. The music is absolutely fantastic. It's a brilliant score.
I'm at an airlock. It's locked. Can you open it?
Yeah. It'll take a sec. Oh, blast it. You got scabs dropping in on you. They'll be crashing in across that cargo deck. I just need some time to get the airlock open. Hold them back.
System reboot has failed. Defense systems are offline.
Turret, send it now.
Scabs are crashing in, and they're packing rocket launchers in it.
Service airlock is activated. Please proceed. Station alert. Main arc generator has lost power. The control deck has been notified.
Expertise on this one. Can you guide me through it?
All right. I can imagine that the main power converter is fried, so bypass the coils and reroute the main arch line into the complete. If that doesn't do it, rip the fuse terminal out and try to jumpstart the transductor. Got it?
Yeah, main arch line to the transduct thing. Simple. Done.
That did it. Defenses are back up, and giving the outcast hell.
Beacon Station, Dust. This is Captain Bennett on Union Tug Albatross. We're having some trouble picking up your jump beacon. Please advise.
Albatross. We're just making a small frequency adjustment. Stand by.
Copy that. We'll be standing by to jump.
Ah, crikeys. Well, looks like we're off the map. Without the rift's frequency, that tug has nothing to lock onto. We need to get a signal rig on that rift, and fast.
I'm heading down now. Ready up a rig.
Station defense system is back online. Level 3 station alert. Jump beacon is offline. Repeat, jump beacon is offline.
Exited the control room. How's my arsenal looking?
Let's see. All right. My drop path is clear. Call down what you need.
Thank you for visiting the Dust Beacon Station. We hope you had a pleasant experience.
Hello X Gaming 765, thanks for joining the stream as always. This is Starhawk on the PlayStation 3.
Ready to jump in. We just need that rig up. We need to get that signal up. Let's drop that rig, mate.
I'm just, in case you're wondering why I was deploying those turrets, I know this is going to be a defense section, so I was deliberately deploying them into positions where I know I'm going to need them.
Signal rig heading to you. Ha-ha! Attaboy. The jump frequency is up. It just needs to stay that way until the tug arrives. Hold strong, Emmett.
This is Captain Bennett. We just locked down to your jump beacon. Is the area clear for us?
Copy that, Cap. You're good to jump.
Cutter, you found your talent.
Flying? I always have been pretty good at that. Look alive. It's about to be raining scabs right where you stand. Coming in from all sides. Get ready. Don't let them take down that rig.
The other thing, because I've deployed them now, I don't need to faff around before this section starts. I've already got all the guns set up before the enemies start raining down. Can I jump on that box? No.
Storm coming in.
Hi, X Gaming. Got a surprise? What's that? Sadly, the online for this no longer works, so I can't do multiplayer matches. I don't know if there's going to be a Or you're referring to the enemies being, yeah, the enemies are going to be dropping in quite heavily, so I'm going to be throwing a few grenades. Okay, so that's most of the based enemies. As you can see, we have an enemy Warhawk incoming very shortly. I'll build 2 turrets. I'm also going to... I was getting shot in the intro by all... some Some great positioning there of the turrets. They took into pieces.
The tug's about to jump in.
This is Albatross. Our jump is completed. We're taking damage. We're under attack.
Bloody hell. The outcasts are swarming the tug. We've got to get a handle on this.
Okay, let's take the fight to them. Ready up a launch pad.
You got it. Launch pads are standing by.
Okay, X Gaming, thanks very much for your donation. X Gaming 765, very much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you very much. It all goes towards supporting the channel. I very much appreciate your support. Yep, thank you again for your support. That's very much welcome. Can deploy a Hawk. I see the other guys have got in Hawks as well. Gene and Hass. But yes, thank you for your support. It's very much appreciated. It all goes towards helping pick up some of the titles we've been buying and everything of late. Yeah, I'll say again, thank you very much for your support. It's very much welcome, X Gaming 765. It's always nice to. It's always very kind of you to donate towards us. It will go towards a few more PS3 titles and stuff at the minute. I think we'll be. So can I ask, have you played Starhawk or any of the previous games in the previous games, Warhawk? I know a lot of people. Okay, let's take out some of these. Take out a few more of these bad guys.
What the hell is that?
Keep the radio clear, Cutter.
So these are the sections I really enjoy in this game, Starhawk. It's quite nice to.
He's busting right into our channel.
You're lost. Don't know what you are.
Cutter, you hearing me?
Lost.
Who the hell is this? Get off my channel!
We've got the homing missiles this time. Should use a few of them as well. Okay, where are the last of them? I don't know if you can just fly through.
Outstanding. If that doesn't get your blood pumping, you better check your ticket. We cleared them out. Now if we just get back to the station.
I think a few of them might have crashed into the station.
You think you know me?
We share the same scars, the same blood. Emmett.
Logan? Sever. Logan and me, we spent every last dime on that claim. It was worth it. It was ours. Free and clear. No man could take that away from us. Not without a fight.
Emmett! Outcast!
They hit us. Came out of nowhere.
Connor! You read me! I'm out! Logan!
Logan!
Come on, any one of you.
When it was over, Logan was gone. And I was meant to be next. But Cutter wouldn't let that happen.
Eddie.
He pulled what was left of me back together. But I could never replace what was left behind. After all these years, I came back, but not to make amends. To make their quota. And by any means I saw fit.
What can I do for you?
Nothing. Just have a few questions. Just want to talk.
Damn it, please.
Welcome back. You scabs a little smarter than the rest. What next?
How would I know?
You all know. Just gonna make you tell me.
We don't give a damn about this planet. Just the source. That's what we live for. We ain't never gonna let another drop leave.
You gunning for that tug? Is that it?
Give it back to me, please.
Did he die?
They always do.
We're over Scourge. The Albatross is docked and loading.
If that scab is right, they're not gonna let that quota get loaded. Let's get in there.
This is it. Scourge. A vile planet to build a pipeline on, but a perfect place to find a scab. And they're out in full force.
And the tug? How soon till it's fully loaded?
Not sure. I'm checking on that. Ready? Here we go. You're launching in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so we're back to the ground missions now. Thank you for your...
All right, what have we got?
Besides hordes of scabs, there's a rift processor up ahead of you, and the locals are having a hell of a time trying to protect it.
I'm fighting my way there now.
Yes, I've got quite good at sort of flying around and blasting them out. I'm not so keen on these ground sections. I mean, this feels quite... It reminds me a lot of Gears of War, and I've done all the Gears of War. I mean, it's not that hard, but...
Everything we work for is riding on this.
I'm working on it.
I just prefer the space sections. I think they're a little bit more ambitious and interesting. So this one is the first tower in-game, well, mission in-game that we actually use the standard sniper rifle that you saw me using in one of the Prospector missions. So I'm going to actually be going in and using it. And this one, basically, I'm going to try and secure the rift. So I need to, basically, I think we're going to get a load of enemies come in any second now and start shooting from a distance, which is my prompt.
See that? Sniper lasers. Take them out quick.
Gotta fight fire with fire. Ready up a sniper tower.
So yeah, we get the prompt ready up a sniper tower, and I need to run like the clappers.
Okay. I got the tug captain on the horn. I'm patching you in. Captain Bennett, this is the Annabelle. I've got a man on the ground. Tell him what you told me.
You boys are right on time. The pipeline pressure seriously dropped off. We're only half loaded.
All right, Cutter. Scan the pipes. See if you can find the problem. I'll keep the scabs off the pumping station.
Already on it, mate.
Union regs would have me pull the plug on this load up. This tug isn't made to catch bullets, so make it quick.
And you do have to be careful, as there was a mention about dropping things. When you call in the buildings, you do have to be a bit careful. If they land on you, it is good night Vienna, so... So more outcasts. There's another one down. Now, Interested X Gaming, have you actually played Starhawk with yourself or Warhawks? We've already done a video of Warhawks on the channel. I really enjoy Warhawks as that's a vehicle. This is actually pretty solid. eBay be like. Yeah, this is probably one of those ones you're going to have to grab off eBay. I think we grabbed this. I think the guy who grabbed this grabbed a copy off eBay as well. I think this was about, yeah, it's about 10 quid. I think about 10, 12. It's relatively cheap at the minute on eBay. It's cheaper to buy this than actually buy a retail copy. And the retail copy comes with the game, both parts of the game. If you try and buy it online via the store, you get the single player campaign separate to the multiplayer stuff. Although the multiplayer stuff's largely no longer available, I'm not sure what prospector mode is classed as. I think that might be classed as the multiplayer. So retail disc just gets both of that. It's a solid enough game.
Okay, let's see. It's a mainline valve. The failsafe kicked in, which shut off the flow. Blasted scab hawks.
Can you override it?
Yeah, but it's going to be quicker to reroute the system. The schematics show a master switch at that rift processor. You just got to find it and hit it.
I'm on it.
Okay, that was a good throw. That literally got them all in one go. And up we go.
That switch is still a level up. The schematics show a ladder. See if you can find it.
Done.
Aha! That did it! System is rerouted.
We're back up. Pumping at full pressure.
Now we just need to fill the rest of the tankers and finish the job. Ah, look alive, mate. Those scabs ain't letting us load without a fight. You got a horde of them heading for the flats. And another group. They'll be coming in over the loading docks. Don't let them take out that processor.
This is where things get tricky, because this is where I've got on my main account. And I'm doing that on the hardest difficulty setting, so... So which one drops?
You know what I can't stop thinking about? When I had that scab in my hands, sapping him dry. Cutter, the way he went on about the rift energy.
Oh, Tracy's prisoner? That scab had it coming. He's just one of thousands of these roaches. Why does it matter?
It doesn't, it just kept on about it. Like he was possessed. Some rifters talk the same way. That the energy can think. Read you, even talk to you.
I don't know about that old voodoo. I think I hear voices talking to me all the time. Doesn't mean I'm possessed.
Nah, just crazy.
Damn it! Podstorm at the platform.
Okay, here goes. Got to watch the ones that concentrate. I need to prevent the damage going to the rocket guys. That's the problem.
Over at the docks. Scouts are blazing in. Just got uglier. Apex warrior crashing in. Man alive, those things give me the creeps.
We got him! The Apex is down!
Yeah! Let that big goon rot! And the hits keep coming. Those bombers are zeroing in on the pipeline junctions. They're still trying to cut the flow to the tug.
Okay, let's take the fight to them. Ready up a launch pad.
You got it. Launch pads are standing by. You might want to hook those Rifter boys up. I bet there are a few hot jocks among them.
Okay, we do get and boss. Yep, we've got the boss. And now we've got more. So I didn't think there was a fighter section in this stage. Obviously, most of the stages do have fighter sections, which is good to see. Okay, I've really got to concentrate on getting these guys down quickly as well. We've got quite a lot of them, and they are hitting everything up under the sun. Nope, don't want to press circle. Probably should go with homing rockets, as they're going to be the best ones for dealing with the enemies quickly. So boss is down, and then we've got a few more of these guys mixed up. So nicely done. What's that, a bomb? I've not had that weapon before. So if there's a new weapon, that implies we might be using it. That looks like a bomb. I think I'm going to be using that in a minute. I need to keep those. Where are the others? So they're all flying. See the other hawk, they're going after the other hawk, so just one down. Keep him down. Just one left. Where is he? He's over this side. And the other hawks are after him as well. Got him.
Good. Scabs are landing near the junctions, and those Mongols are packing launchers. Get rid of them.
Okay, this is where we're going to be using the bomb weapon, I take it. We've got more enemies inbound. Okay, back to rockets. I do like the fact you can use the walker mode on top of the flight mode. So
they got a leader.
Well, we can remedy that, can't we?
some really impressive visuals of all the way that when you're flying over stuff like this, it looks really good. Especially like the other planes smoking away, the Warhawks, the Starhawks. There's a real visual prowess when you see stuff like this. That one there smoking away. All the rockets going up, it looks really nice. Yeah, it's quite nice the way it slows down just as you blow the stuff up. They've got that just right, so it's like a... It really does track that guy via his smoke trail as well. out of... Just grab some. Again, you already fly through. Oh, I thought that rocket wasn't going to get to its target. And there it goes, a nice little slope.
Hey boys, from what our specs are showing, you've got some big trouble heading your way.
Bloody hell. Now the scabs are heading directly for the orbital lifter. And mate, they're coming in full force.
Those rifters are about to be overrun. I'm heading down there. These rifters can handle themselves.
When your sheriff is Tracy, you got no choice. Gotta become good with a gun.
You got that right.
I'm just building a forward battery there, so that way it should absolutely, when the enemies come in, they're going to get absolutely hit hard.
Get ready. You got a whole horde of outcasts heading your way.
And yep, the way they go, they're already started. I like the way they start hitting just before they even come in.
We did like clear down there. If we can't vote, we can cut our launch. I have, and it's not a pretty sight.
Captain, tone it down just a little. Everything's under control.
This is Tug Albatross to freeway control. We're pulling out of orbit. Do you copy?
Captain, listen to me. Don't break the connection.
Freeway, do you copy? Oh, hell, scabs are too close. We're breaking the line.
He did it, Emmett. He broke the bloody connection. Ripped away from the lifter.
Damn it. We're about to have metal crashing down on us. Connor, ready up a shield generator.
It's actually quite a nice sight with the fact it's all coming tearing down on you. Not so. Does make things a little bit difficult, but quite a nice sequence actually. Very well done. The story sequences are very well done in this. The story moves along at a nice pace and keeps the sort of keeps everything fresh. Ooh, upstairs they get blown up. Probably just as the things are about to come crashing down.
Gonna need a bubble shield. Got anything?
Okay, I think we've nearly got them all now.
The pipeline is clear and still in one piece.
Cutter, got a lifter up your sleeve?
Nah, nothing handy. But let me do some hunting around.
Hey, Rift Hugger.
Yeah?
What you did here? Not bad. You saved our hides. We owe you one.
You don't.
Well, you got a hell of a job ahead of you. And we're here to help you get it done.
Well, let's get to work.
Reckless, that's what he is. All these people are gonna suffer because of this freak.
Don't mind him. But we are in a tight spot, to say the least.
You can thank that Union tug for deep sixing your only working lifter.
Jonas, we might have something. Ballard's Crossing. What do you know of it?
I'll tell you, we lost that settlement years ago to the outcast. I have heard that it's still standing, and I don't got an inkling if it'll fire up for you.
Being that it's the last one in the outer spur, I'd say it's worth a shot.
We just need a few more tankers on that tug, and that's it. Job's done.
Here it is. Ballard's Crossing. Hell of a spot to find a working lifter. But we can't afford to be picky, can we?
After the pipeline, we'll take what we can get. How about those specs?
Lit up. Scabs are thick down there. I got a drop zone, but you're gonna have a welcoming party not too far from you.
Cutter, a welcoming party. I'm neck deep in scrappers.
Little miscalculation on my end. I'll get that ironed out.
Okay, here we go, the next stage. I'm probably going to wrap up fairly soon. I've been streaming this for about Good now. 2 hours, 20 minutes. But it's definitely, I do really enjoy Starhawk. I think it's a very nicely well made game. It's got its flaws. I can see why this didn't particularly do that well. I'll play a bit more for this before. I'll play, I'll give it till about, so I'll play through for a bit longer before I finish. I'll do for, I don't know how I'll finish the mission, but I'll play for about another 10-15 minutes. Might be able to get the mission done, see how long it is. It may not be that long a mission.
Next drop zone, I pick it.
Ah, come on. You're still kicking. Okay, we're in business. The tug's inbound. We got tankers to top off.
All right, ready up the rigs. Gonna need all the rifts tapped and capped to get this done.
There you go. The first rig is standing by, waiting for your mark.
Okay, so that's one rig up, and we've got the other, get the others up and running.
Looking good. The energy's flowing to the tankers. There's just 2 more rifts to cap, then we can top off that tug, put this job in the books. Oh, just a small problem. Scabs. Not gonna give this dust bowl up easy.
We're gonna have to move fast. Ready up the Razorbacks.
That's a can-do. Garage is in the hopper.
And I could use a few more boys from the pipeline to give me a hand.
I'm already on it. The garage and outpost are standing by.
Oh, the outpost. I've not built one of them yet. Fly bunker, outpost. Oh, I see outposts calling reinforcements. Ah. Ah, I should have probably used that one in some of the other missions. Oh, nice. The NPCs actually get on board. L3 home. Exchange seats. Yeah, I could change seats, but I don't think I want to let the AI drive, so to speak. Come boys, you do the shooting, I'll do the driving. Hopefully it'll take a few of them out. What's that big arrow? Have you got an enemy vehicle? Or is it actually... oh no, they're shooting down the towers. Okay, I'll get some more guys to jump in and help out. I did a pretty good job, actually. So you get under the tower and let them shoot it to pieces. The music, as I said, the music is it's just fantastic for this. Really is a very good score. It gets the feel of everything just right.
Just one reef left. How's about we go tap it?
I'm not sure how the AI is going to drive, but let's find out. No ammo. Okay, have to do this the hard way. Have 3 seats. Yeah, you only. It didn't let you fit an additional person in, sadly. Okay, that's some weapons. I need to make sure so get those guys. Just take this thing down. Yeah, it looked like it could house 4 people, but there was like a space for. There was only room for 3, and I ran out of. Obviously, if you're in pilot seat, you fire your weaponry. Oh, was that them shooting me? That might have been friendly fire that damaged me. Yeah. Need to blow up that wall. Yeah, the supply bunker does refuel, so it's handy having them in the buildings. Should just put a rift on it, shouldn't I, rather than trying to blow. Let's get another vehicle fact.
Send down something to get me mobile.
This is Captain Bennett. We have contact with the orbital lifter. We're ready to load.
Well, hello again, Captain. If you don't go tearing off, we'll have you loaded and on your way in a bit.
Tug Albatross is standing by.
Scabs are racing toward the rig at the boulders. Get ready. If they take that one down, no doubt they'll work their way across to the junction, and then to the bluff. I've set you up with a new gadget, mate. The robot arm is like an on-call mechanic. They're at the ready in case you need a quick repair job.
You think the Union would want this orbital lifter back?
It's not worth it to those cowards. They're making so much scratch, they could buy plenty more.
Of course. They wouldn't bother buying them out here.
They're coming in fast. 10 seconds.
Defend the rigs, here we go.
Damn it. You got scab razorbacks rolling at you. Those tankers are filling as fast as they can. Just keep those mongrels off the rigs.
Like, these driving stations are actually quite good. It's quite nice to actually have people helping you out.
At the boulders. The scabs are hitting the rig.
We're getting hit from all angles at this point.
The scabs are at the boulders. That rig isn't gonna last long.
Yes, we can swap to gunner.
Tankers are almost full, Emmett. Keep it up.
Probably should have swapped vehicle there. Or I should pop a few automated gun turrets when they jump in, because they're all coming in at the same point.
Tankers are almost full, Emmett. Keep it up.
Send it now.
Their ones have actually got rocket launcher turrets, I've noticed, so they're actually...
Alright, looks like the tankers are full. But I can't get that cargo onto Albatross with these damn scabs in the way. Do you copy?
Hold tight. We're on our way.
You'd better move, Emmett. The Union captain's starting to get skittish again. The scabs take down those tankers we're done. We won't have another shot at filling that tug.
Drive up to the Lister. I'm wondering if I should swap my Razor. Is it called a Razorback, this? Because I think that's borrowed from Warhammer 40,000, okay. It's Carmageddon! Except in the Walrus, okay, this vehicle, I need to get a new vehicle. All cool. I really do need a new vehicle now. I think they got off for good reason. Yep, Razorback. Yeah, there's a Warhammer 40,000 vehicle called a Razorback. Okay, Rusty's on. Let's rock and roll. That's okay, X Gaming. I said I'll finish in the not too distant future. Thanks again for your donation, but I will wait to see how far when I get to the end of this stage before I wrap it up. Are you? Where are you inabouts in the world? Are you sort of Europe or America?
We got a wall ahead. Any other way?
No other way. They're gonna have to tear it down.
All right, then. Let's bust through.
Ah, the grinder. It's a hell of a tool. It'll torch its way through just about anything.
The grinders? What's the grind? Ah, the grinders. Okay. Basically, it's a buzzsaw. Ah, you're Europe. Yeah, so it's getting late in Europe, so now I'm UK, so it's it'll be later. Okay, this is basically a buzzsaw. I think those the boys have, yeah, they grabbed the thing and driven off without me. Okay, this is like a grinder comes flamethrower type thing. No, I didn't mean to do that.
Some allies, brother.
You're a Thailand. Yeah, so you're a few hours ahead of us in the UK. Get another Razorback into the... The allies really do help in the battle.
Lifter is clear. What next?
This old lifter. It's one tanker at a time. We gotta keep those scabs back. At least until Captain Bennett has a full load. First tanker is on its way.
Are we looking?
Razorbacks coming up the pass from behind and drop pods burning in from above. And there's another posse of Razorbacks bringing up the rear. It's going to get heavy up there. This is it, Emmett. Our contract is riding on that lifter.
No pressure, huh?
No, none. Except the innocent people who have trusted us with the future of their town and the...
Cutter, I get it.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Okay, so we've got
10 seconds out. Get ready.
We've got a defensive position up. We're going to be shooting a lot. It's about to get very, very hectic.
Scab Razorbacks at the gate. Tanker 2 is away. Staging platform and across the way at the shrine. Tanker 3 is safe and away.
Okay, things are about to get rather heated, although we can pretty much just... I think we can pretty much get these guys as soon as they spawn.
At the gate.
Just get off and get a new vehicle, lads. Do you like the fact the AI gets off when they know that the vehicle's not in good shape? I see, so. Yeah, you could get...
Son of a... The boosters are misfiring. Come on, really? Emmett, you're gonna hawk him bout. Get ready.
I'll try to get the rocket launcher out there. That bit's quite tricky actually, because I thought it'd just be the Hawk on its own, but actually we're getting enemies all left, right, and centre. So.
Son of a... The boosters are misfiring. Come on, really? Emmett, you're gonna hawk him bout. Get ready.
Okay, what I'm going to do is quickly build some gun turrets. Just build stuff to shoot it. That's...
Last tanker is loaded. Sweet words, huh? I'll be glad to wash my hands of this job. Harder than it had to be.
All in a day's work. Let's pack it up.
Load is secure. All 5 tankers are ready to go. You pulled it off. Union tug Albatross leaving dust with a full load. Over.
Those aren't outcast totems. They've been busy.
I'd never seen anything like it. Heaps of metal ripped from dirt. It was an exodus.
Logan!
Where they heading, Cutter?
They're hightailing it. They ain't our problem, mate. The quota on that tug still is.
This is Union tug Albatross. We have a full load. Looks like we're clear to move.
Copy that, Albatross. Ready to jump this payload?
I read you. Just need to fuel up first, then we can cash this in.
You see this, Emmett? Wouldn't be if it wasn't for you.
You made your quota. I think we can settle up.
Oh, there's still plenty left to do. The outlaw.
No sign of it, so he's no longer a problem.
You think this is over? You don't understand this creature.
You called, we answered. That tug unloads, we all get our cut, just like we agreed. And what's done is done. Jonas knew, but the rest of us, we were blinded by the past. By ghosts. That's when the outlaw saw his chance to take it all away.
Union tug Albatross. Unknown ships have just entered the area. Please, if there's anyone who can hear this, we are under attack. This is Albatross. We're ducked and taking heavy damage. Thought we were loaded and clear. What the hell happened?
Scabs happened. They weren't retreating. They were rallying.
Cutter, ready up the arsenal. Get me in there now.
Watch that flak. It's thick out here. Find a clear drop zone and take it. way these scabs are hitting our payload, there's no time to waste.
Climb a platform where the tug is docked. It's clear on the other side. Better hoof it.
On my way.
I had a feeling. I knew those scabs weren't going to let us jump out of the area.
They knew what they were doing. I should have seen it coming.
What's that, Emmett?
Nothing. I'm getting close.
If things start getting a little hairy down there, call down an outpost, and your backup will be on the way.
Okay, thanks for staying with the stream, X Gaming 76. Have a good night wherever you are. And thanks again for your donation. Very kind of you. Very thanks for your support for the channel and we're here at Randomised Gaming.
Send down a launch pad.
Damn it. Flak is too heavy. A Hawk won't stand a chance against them. Clean out those turrets. Then you should be good to go.
Okay, ready up the vulture packs. Have the launch pad.
Have a good night. I'll just quickly see the start of this mission, then I'm going to finish off. Build a vulture station. Ah. Use the vultures. Yeah, a lot of this campaign does feel a bit like a tutorial in many areas. Another turret down. Just hope your knife damages that. Okay, I'm going to pause it there. Thank you everyone for watching. This has been the last stream of the week here at Randomised Gaming. I of course am your host of this stream, Random Gamer Riven, the editor of Randomised Gaming, and this has been Starhawks. I said it is available on the PSN store, but I would recommend getting a disc version because, although the downside of the disc version, you get a load of prompts for the online. The online, as I mentioned, is now terminated, but the disc version includes the offline sections and the multiplayer sections. As we showed earlier, you can do the prospector mode offline. I haven't actually been connected at all during the time I've been playing this, so the reason being, we did show more of Despairs is a DLC map, as I mentioned, and so there are actually 2 DLC maps, but one of you can't buy in the UK store, so I'm actually going to raise that with Sony support very shortly. Probably tomorrow, actually. We've got a video coming out tomorrow, actually, on the PlayStation Store about the recent shutdown and stuff, and some of the many issues with it that Sony do need to look at fixing. It's been an interesting one, certainly with the closure. Hence why I've been looking at a lot of PlayStation games, as we were thinking, oh, we've got a lot getting shut down. I'm still going to cover a lot more stuff, but I want to do I'll do a top 20 video or so in the next couple of weeks. But tomorrow we will have a video on the PSN store and some of the many issues that I've seen since I've been picking up games for it over the last few weeks. And yeah, Sony needs to do some general TLC and maintenance on the store. But yes, this is available to buy on the PlayStation Store, although it's in two components. You get the single-player campaign and then the online side as well. But as I said, most of the online side shut down. I don't know if the online side includes the co-op, though, so you may still technically need both. But singly, this has cost about £10 to buy. But that's it from me. I'm going to wish you all a good night, a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Have a good weekend, everyone. So enjoy Friday and have a good weekend. And I'll be back here streaming again on Monday. I'm not sure what I'll be streaming Monday. I might jump off PlayStation 3 or I might do one last week of it. Depends how I feel. Still got quite a lot of good games to show on the PS3, but at the same time I think some people probably want to see a change to the PS3, so he's been streaming that for the past few weeks. But thank you all for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you a good night. Thank you again to XGamingX765 for his very kind donation. Very much appreciate to everyone who's donating. It does help go towards picking up content and new games that we can cover and stream. We do like to cover some of the lesser known games here on the channel. There are a lot of games that I think a lot of people don't generally cover, and it's nice to cover these titles that, I mean, like Starhawk. It's one of those games that I think slipped out of memory. It didn't do particularly well. Even though it's an official Sony game, it didn't do that well. I mean, it's a nice package game, and now that the online's closed, it's missing a lot of content, but it's still a nice-ish game worth playing if you like this type of genre. But that's it from me. I'm going to, as I said before, wish you a good night, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. And I will see you all next week on Monday. And just before I go, I'll just say, as always, if you like the stream, please hit that like button. And if you enjoy our content, please do consider subscribing to the channel. It is very much appreciated. Thank you and good night.